we're live, huh? So a little short lesson, and we'll see if we have any questions. The idea here is to elicit questions. So this exercise is on the present progressive, and we also call this the present continuous. Same thing, present progressive, present continuous. So let's start by looking at some example. Typical American lunch. This guy with the umbrella we're describing his situation. It's raining, or the sun isn't shining. And let's move this guy here. This guy, whoops. Let's move this guy and look at the last frame or the last picture. These three people here, together they're saying, we're running, or if you're describing them, they're running, or they aren't walking. Okay, so those are just some examples. Let's go down to some more sentences. And the structure. And let's reduce this guy. So the structure of the present continuous is the to be verb, one of these forms, am, is, or are, plus the ing form of the verb. That's it. So, for example, and I'll read the affirmative and the negative. So, for example, I am working, or I am not working. He is working. He is not working. She is working. She is not working. It is working. It is not working. We are working. We are not working. You are working. You are not working. They are working. They are not working. So those are your structures. And of course, like we did in the lesson 1, you can contract. So we'll see that here in the examples. So I'll just read these to you. I'm working. I'm not watching TV. Maria is reading a newspaper. She isn't eating, or she's not eating. The phone is ringing. We're having dinner. You're not listening to me, or, remember, two forms, you aren't listening to me, and the children are doing their homework. So I'll just pause here. Any questions? Any questions? Well, then let's continue. So that's the structure. Now we have to think about the meaning of this tense. So let me just try to move this. Okay, so the meaning, the primary meaning is that you use this tense when something is happening now. So I'll write big letters, now. This is for something happening now. So generally we draw this little diagram. This is now, over here's the past, and over here's the future. Right in the middle is now. Sometimes we draw something like this to indicate something is happening now. For example, I'm working, she's wearing a hat, they're playing baseball, I'm not watching TV. Or me, for example, I am talking to you right now. Or I am doing a live stream right now. Or I am writing right now. So some examples. Please be quiet, I'm working. So we don't always say the word now, but we mean that. So please be quiet, I'm working. It means I'm working right now. Look, there's Sarah. She's wearing a brown coat. So we mean she is wearing it right now. This is why we put an expression like, look, over there. There's Sarah right now. The weather is nice. It's not raining. It's not raining right now. Somebody asks, where are the children? And the answer is, oh, they're playing in the park right now. Or you're on the phone. We're having dinner now. Can I call you later? Here we actually use the word now. You can turn off the television. I'm not watching it now. So either written or implied is that something is happening right now, right at this moment. Now, later, not today, but later, there's another use of this present progressive, present continuous, not necessarily happening right now. And I'll just give you one example that you can think about. I could say, for example, this year, so you just think about this. This year, I'm learning, so there's your present continuous, I'm learning the guitar. And so what I want you to think about is, am I right now, you're looking at me, you can see my hands, am I learning the guitar right now? Well, no, I'm talking to you, I'm doing this little lesson. But we use the present progressive anyway, and that's another major use of present progressive, present continuous. And there are a lot of key words to help you recognize this use. Expressions like this year, this week, this month, this semester, these are very common with this sort of meaning of the present perfect. So again, not right now, but we say around now. But we can talk about that later. Right now, the point of this exercise is we use the tense for something happening right now. So for example, if you're looking at me and I have a guitar in my hands, I can say, I'm playing the guitar right now. That's the meaning that we're looking at in this lesson. Okay, something that comes up with the present progressive and in other applications is the spelling. So just very quickly, let me give you some very general rules. When a word ends in E, when a verb ends in E, like this, we usually drop the E and add the ing. Here's another example, write, writing, and another example, dance, dancing. So ends in E, verb ends in E, drop the E and add the ing. Another big rule is sometimes we double the last consonant, the last letter. And this rule, let me write the verb run here. So we're looking at this verb. This rule is called the consonant vowel consonant rule. You know, I'm sure that the vowels are the letters A, E, I, O, and U. And if something's not a vowel, it's a consonant. So in the verb run, we have a consonant, and then a vowel in the middle. So consonant, vowel, consonant. And if you have that kind of verb, one syllable, short verb, you double the last letter. So run, running, sit, sitting, swim, swimming. Sit, consonant, and just search for double consonant. Consonant. And you'll find a great video that summarizes these rules and gives you a couple more complicated rules. But for now, ends in E, drop the E, add ing. If it's this structure, consonant, vowel, consonant, and one syllable, double the last letter. And then we haven't looked at this one. If you have vowel E, or I should say specifically IE, you change the I to a Y and add ing. Another example, die. So IE becomes, change the I to a Y and add ing, dying. So just a couple of that sort. So, ready for some real examples? Let's see if anybody has questions. Well, I see I'm getting disconnected, but that's right, because it's just me. So, I'll ask again, any questions? Questions? Okay, so let's apply these little rules. So I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to expand this. And we'll try this together. Okay, so we have 6 pictures. I'll put me here for a while. So we have 6 pictures, and we're trying to suggest, or we're trying to say what these people are doing now as we look at the picture. So, for example, picture number 1, and we're choosing from these verbs up here, these 6 verbs. So number 1, this woman, she is eating an apple, or contraction, she's eating an apple. Number 2, this guy is at a bus stop. So what's he doing? Having, lying, playing? Sitting? He's not sitting. He must be, he is, or we'll use the contraction, he's waiting. Yes, if you look at the end, for a bus. He's waiting for a bus. He's waiting for a bus. So picture number 3, these kids, something soccer, and I think they're doing this, wouldn't you agree? They are playing, or contraction, they're playing. Soccer, they're playing soccer right now. Picture 4, This guy, he, something on the floor. Well, he's not sitting, so he must be the verb lie. And if we remember a second ago, the spelling would be, so he's Lying. He's lying. This is two words. He's lying on the floor. Now let's move Dave out of the way so we can look at the last two. And so we only have two verbs left. We have and we have sit. Have in this case, I'm sure you realize, is the same as eat. So oops, I gave it away. We have 1, 2, 3 people. That's they. They are, so they, there, and it looks like it's about maybe 7:30 in the morning, and I see cereal, I see toast, maybe coffee, not sure. So they're having breakfast. They're having breakfast. Or, you could say they're eating breakfast. They're having breakfast. So the last one, it's got to be sit. Number 6, she's a she, I believe. So she's sit. Do we double the T? Yes, we do, because she's sitting on the table. Because sit is consonant, vowel, consonant, and one syllable. She's sitting on the table. So again, check out the Engvid. It's a great video, engvid.com. Put in or search or type in double consonant. See if anybody who knows what time it is, wherever you are. Okay, let's continue. With another exercise. So here's a nice exercise. Where are we going to put me? Let me just try to make that a little bigger. There we go. Whoops. A little bigger. Okay, I'm sure you can use a little time to absorb all this. Okay, similar to before, we have the choices here given to us. So we need to use one of these verbs up here. And the idea here is we're trying to express, or we may even write. Like here I see the word now. Or we're trying to express by saying, hey, look, that these things are happening now, or right now. Right now. So we want to use present progressive, present continuous. So number one, please be quiet, I'm working, which means I'm working right now, so I want you to be quiet right now. So there's that one. Number two, oh, and don't forget these exercises, this one in particular, available at this link up here, which is just a link to the Dropbox, so you could actually follow along. So number two, where's John? Well, he's in the kitchen. He's excuse me, he is, or he's. And what do we do in the kitchen? Swim? No. Build? No. Must be this one. He's cooking. He's cooking. So where's John? He's in the kitchen. He's cooking. Number three. You on my foot. And the other person says, oh, I'm sorry. So you are, or you're, must be this one, right? You are standing on my foot. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll get off. I'm sorry, I'm hurting you. Number four. Look, excuse me, somebody in the river. Somebody is a third person singular. Somebody is same as he, she, or it. Somebody. So that means it's somebody is, somebody's, must be this one. Somebody's swimming. Swimming. Double the M or don't double the M? Well, what do we have here? We have consonant, vowel, consonant, one syllable, swim, swim. So that sounds to me like we double, swimming, or we're, what's this one? We're staying. We're staying at a hotel on the beach. Where, so that's staying. Where's Sue? Oh, she is, she's, I forgot to cross that one out. She's this a shower, this a shower, or this a shower. She's taking. How do you spell that? Remember, drop the E and add the ing. Where's Sue? She's taking a shower. Number 7. They what? They is they are, so there. Now the lack of a preposition here, I'm comparing number 5 and number 7, means this one works better with their building. They're building a new hotel downtown. They're building a new hotel downtown. And so the last one, here we have now, so that's obviously has to be present progressive. So, and I guess this is the only one left, so leave. I am, or I'm, I'm leave, how do we spell that? Drop the E and add the ing. I'm leaving now. Goodbye. I'm leaving now. Goodbye. So I see my chat is gets disconnected and connected off and on, but that's all right. Gives you a chance to gives me a chance to ask any questions. So I'll pause a bit and drink some cold water. While you think of your questions. And while we pull this down, so this is a fun exercise. We have a picture here of Jane, and now we have to think are we going to use the affirmative or the negative? So up here, she is doing something, or she isn't. So it gives us a chance to play with the negative. So for example, see if I can make this a bit bigger for you. For example, if we look at number 1, have dinner, and if I look here, and I look, 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 and I look at Jane, I see books, I see a TV, I see a stereo, music, I see a piano, but I don't see any food. So what we have here is Jane is not having dinner. Jane isn't having dinner. Or we could also say Jane's not having dinner. Because you remember from lesson 1, 2 ways to make the negative. So once again, Jane isn't having dinner, or Jane's not having dinner. What's she doing? Well, number 2, she's watching television or TV. She's watching television. And that's the only contraction for the affirmative. Number 3, sit on the floor. What do you say? I say yes. I say she's sitting. How do I spell that? Double T. She's sitting on the floor. She's sitting on the floor. Double T because consonant, vowel, consonant. Number 4. Well, I see a lot of books here on the floor, but she doesn't seem to be doing this, so she's not reading, or she isn't reading a book. 2 negative forms. She's not reading a book, or she isn't reading a book. Number 5, well, there's a piano over here, but she's not playing, or she isn't playing the piano. The piano. The piano in the picture. She's not playing the piano, or she isn't playing the piano. Now, if you look at her face and her mouth, I think we can say, number 6, she is or she's laughing, ha ha ha, laughing. And if we look at that red thing on her head, I believe we can say she is or she's wearing a hat, a red hat, but I don't see any paper or pen or envelope. So I think number 8 we have to say she's not writing. How do we spell that? Remember, drop E and add ing. She's not writing, or she isn't writing a letter. So she's not writing a letter, or she isn't writing a letter. So all of these situation here, again, is all about now. What is she doing, or what she is doing now, or what she isn't doing now, or what she's not doing now. So let's pause for a moment. and just breathe. See if you have some questions. Well, let's see what comes next. So now we want to make true statements, but since you might be in I don't know where you are. You might be in China or Saudi Arabia or India, maybe, or maybe you're in the North Pole. So I don't know what's true for you. So what we'll do is we'll do both positive and negative, and that will account for everybody. So here we go. So number one. So number one, well, of course, if you're looking at me right now, and so what we're asking is, what is happening right now? So the truth would be, number one, I am not washing my hair. And that's the only negative form for I. If for some reason I'm sitting here and I'm washing my hair, oops, I said it, I would say I'm washing my hair. I'm washing my hair. So I look out the window, and for me, here, it's a beautiful blue sky, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So this will be the truth for me here. It isn't snowing, or I could also say it's not snowing. Or maybe for you right now, it's snowing. So it's either it's snowing, or it isn't snowing, or it's not snowing. Number three, for me it would be, the truth would be, I am, or I'm sitting, and by now you know why I'm doubling the T. I'm sitting on a chair. But maybe you're saying, I'm not sitting on a chair. And that's the only negative form with I. Me, I'll kind of mix it up here now, change the order. Me, I'm not eating. Only negative form. Do I double that T, I wonder? Well, you see I didn't, because this is not consonant, vowel, consonant. It's vowel, vowel, consonant. So no double. You might be sitting there, wherever you are, saying, I'm eating. And you might even tell me what. I'm eating some baba ganoush. How's that? Okay, where I am, number 5, it's not raining, or the other form, it isn't raining. Two negative contraction forms. Where you are, maybe you're saying, oh no, Dave, it is, or it's raining right now. Notice whether we use it. You're probably saying, if you're watching this, is anybody watching this? Any questions? No. If anybody's watching this, they're saying, I am, or I'm studying English. I'll abbreviate. I'm studying English. Or, if you're not, I'm not studying English. Notice if we have consonant Y, we just add the ing. We don't change the Y. Right now, I am not. I'm not. I'm N-O-T. I'm not listening to music. Or maybe you are. I'm listening to music. And what are you listening to? Let's see. What are you I'll ask that here. What are you listening to? That's actually the next lesson. Questions with this tense. Where I am right now, the sun is, or the sun's shining. Shining. Drop the E. Shining. The sun's shining. If where you are, let's say it's cloudy, or maybe it's the middle of the night. If it's the middle of the night, thank you for watching. But you'll say the sun's not shining. Or you can use the other form, the sun isn't shining. So again, the sun's shining, or the sun's not shining, the other form, the sun isn't shining. For me, number 9, I'm wearing shoes. I'm wearing black, sort of sneaker type shoes. You might be barefoot. You might be barefoot. So you might say, I am not, or I'm not wearing shoes. Shoes. I am not wearing shoes. I'm wearing shoes. I'm not wearing shoes. And the last one for me, I am not reading a newspaper. Because I am talking to you. But maybe you're saying, I'm reading. I am reading. I am reading. Trying to move me. I'll put it over here. I'm reading a newspaper. For questions, question. Let me read through these for you. Let me move me over here. So number one, I'm not washing my hair, or I'm washing my hair. Number two, it's snowing, or it isn't snowing, or it's not snowing. Number three, I'm sitting on a chair, or I'm not sitting on a chair. Number four, I'm not eating, or I'm eating something. Number five, it's not raining, or it isn't raining, or it's raining. Number six, I'm studying English, or I'm not studying English. Number seven, I'm not listening to music, or I'm listening to music. Number eight, the sun's shining, or the sun's not shining, or the sun isn't shining. Number nine, I'm wearing shoes, or I'm not wearing shoes. Number 10, I'm not reading a newspaper, or I'm reading a newspaper. Sorry, that's a little sloppy. Newspaper. So I'll just sit here for a moment, see if anybody has questions. A lot of questions from Dave ESL. What I intend to do, I'm going to try, I'm not sure, but I'll try to do number 4 tomorrow, which is questions with this form. So I'll try to maybe make a little Twitter announcement. My Twitter is, what is my Twitter? What is my Twitter? What is my Twitter? Something like Dave ESL. Can't find it. Twitter. So I think we'll sign out now. You've been at this for almost an hour. That's enough English for one sitting. It's true of whether you're learning guitar or English or whatever it is. Little bits often rather than long hours hours and hours of study. That would be my opinion. So again, I would urge you to go over this exercise, try to read these sentences, examples out loud. The more you do that, the better. And so for now, see you. I have a little video on the irregular verbs coming up shortly I've been working on. So, excuse me, ciao.